Hey folks, welcome back to Skyward Sword. We are here in the Sealed Temple, and we just reassembled the Triforce, reawakened Zelda, and then Zelda got kidnapped by Ghirahim, and that's a problem. So we need to chase after Ghirahim back into the past before he can use Zelda's energy to resurrect Demise, because that would be bad and mean the end of the world, and that's not really a thing that we want. So, time to head through the Gate of Time towards the final challenges of the game. It's a good idea to do any side questing you wish to do before this date, because otherwise you may not have a good opportunity. It's not a point of no return yet, but still, this is the final gauntlet, so to speak. Impa, what happened? Alright, let's get over there. No time to lose. Except there's no time limit whatsoever. But you know what I mean. Let's get in. Alright, epic army scene, go! We need to get all the way to the bottom of the little spiral of the sealed grounds. And to do that, we need to fight our way through hordes and hordes of bokoblins. More bokoblins than you would expect that the Wii could honestly render, to be honest. And every so often you'll run into a barrier like this. And he will summon slightly more difficult enemies for you to take care of. Good lord, look at all those bokoblins. This section kind of serves two purposes. First off, it's like, man, this is epic, this is climax, he's throwing everything he has at you. But it's also to show you how much stronger you've gotten, and how you can just bitch slap all these bokoblins in basically one hit. So it's simultaneously an actually pretty difficult challenge, but at the same time it makes you feel like a legitimate badass. And it's kind of hard to do that. But you remember way at the beginning of the game when we fought like 5 bokoblins at once and it was a really big challenge? Well, now they're basically ain't no thing, pretty much. Now, if we're getting through this in the story mode, I would recommend just kind of rushing towards the end, more or less, avoiding the hordes up until he creates a barrier. Because using up all your time, even though there's no time limit, just wasting a lot of time trying to take care of every single bokoblin, it's not worth it. It's dull, and it's still an infinite amount. He will slow the trickle once you've killed a certain amount, but there are infinite bokoblins, so it's never completely safe. So I would recommend just rushing towards the end to get everything summoned, and then backtrack a little bit to take care of the little guys, and then take care of the big guys.
If you're doing this as part of the boss rush, which it is part of the boss rush in hero mode,
you may want to be more careful just to make sure that you don't take damage. I actually think this is like the hardest part of the boss rush. It's what was really getting on my nerves and preventing my ability to successfully complete it. Anyway, there is actually a trick with these guys. If you properly align them and do the run up their shields down the back thing, you can actually run up and jump across the fence down a level and skip an entire section. It's a time-saving measure, but not incredibly reliable. Anyway, now we got archers, and you can actually use these guys as a source of arrows if you're patient. Especially that first guy, since none of the other bokoblins will continue like attacking you. You're basically just focusing on him. But you may as well restock before you come here. First blood right there. You can see now we're bringing in stronger bokoblins just as part of the regular hordes, which unfortunately cannot be quickly taken care of with Skyward Strike like the previous hordes. But anyway, it's a good idea to bring healing items. If you weren't going to bring healing items to this final confrontation, I don't know what to say to you. Maybe you're just doing a self-imposed challenge. Archers can be annoying. Take them out from a distance. But yeah, I find this actually the hardest part of the end game. Just maybe I'm nervous under pressure and can't take up deal with large hordes. But I find it most difficult. It's most hectic for sure. Man, look at all those arrows. What am I doing? I'm running away. Never run away. Don't be a coward. Oh yeah, I was hoping that the bombs would explode in their hands and just kill everyone in the horde, but they didn't. The bombs do not explode until they hit the ground, which is kind of dumb, to be honest. Like, kind of really dumb. But I guess it would be too easily abused otherwise. I don't know. Anyway, don't even care about those archers. Oh wait, yes I do. Yeah, the lines of like 4 archers are good places to restock arrows if you have patience. Oh god, there's a bomb. But yeah, again, restock for that's a lot. At this point, I guess I've kind of disregarded the rush all the way through tactic. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe I was getting a little more concerned about my health at this point. Yeah, rush. Go. I mean, it is a good idea in later sections of this area. Yeah. When the enemies get legitimately tough or require a lot of concentration, it's a good idea to have the battlefield mostly clear. But I very easily could have just ran to the end, summoned it, and then taken care of the horde. That was probably a better idea. Anyway, this guy's a jerk. He likes to run around. And it's much harder to deal with him when you're also dealing with a bunch of hordes, since he will span large distances, go back and forth. Alright, so now we're dealing with hordes that are kind of summoned by a dude with a horn there. See that? What you want to do is kill the leader and grab the horn. If you kill him, but another bokoblin picks up the horn, god damn it, then he will start summoning hordes itself, and that's no good. At this point, as you can see, this is like one of those trickle things. When you take care of the horde in general, he will send out one at a time, and it'll be quicker. But it is infinite, so don't waste too much time. I don't think they drop hearts, even in normal mode. I could be wrong about that. In fact, I probably am wrong about that, but you're much better off relying on healing items than trying to get drops. Yeah. Part of the badassery of this really is the satisfaction of just running your sword straight through people. Remember when you first played Twilight Princess and you felt like such a badass because you were swinging a sword and you were swinging a Wiimote? It's like that, except it actually corresponds to what you're doing. Anyway, here's where you really want to have the hordes taken care of before dealing with the tough enemies, because these guys require utmost precision, or at least patience. They don't take too many hits, but trying to deal with them while there's a bunch of bokoblins on your tail constantly like doing damage to you, it's frustrating. Also, you will love the parry. If you have not learned the parry, it's a very good tactic for both this section and the upcoming boss fights. Learn to parry your shield. Very useful. I think I wanted to take care of the big moblins here before any more hordes showed up. You can use bombs to destroy their shields, although that one went perfect there. Look how quickly they go out. There's a certain amount of like war of attrition thing going on here, but it's mostly with the tougher enemies. Also, did you see that on the weapon select screen? Mr. Bug is not available in this confrontation. I have no idea why. I mean, it might have something to do with loading the different sections of the fight of all the hordes, and they didn't want you to like send Mr. Bug ahead and trigger something early. That's my guess, but seems really strange. Anyway, once we get down to the ground floor, sneak through this. And we're here to bug Ghirahim. Oh, come on, that's just cheating. Oh dear. But of course, these are all level 1 bokoblins, so they go out in one shot of anything. But watch this. The Wii just met its limit right there. It's very rare that this game pushes the Wii beyond its limit, but that was one such instance. And so the true nature of Ghirahim the Demon Lord is revealed. He's actually some sort of magical sword spirit, much like Fi, and you can see visual resemblance there. Anyway, his entire body is covered in that unbreakable armor except for his chest piece there, so we need to attack that in various ways throughout this fight. Our first section, we have to knock him off the edge and then do a fatal strike down onto him. And overall, it's fairly simple. Other than him blocking those magical purple hands, it's more or less slash, 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 and parry when necessary. And you'll want to basically do vertical strikes over and over to make sure he's going straight back. But overall, very simple. As long as you're not getting overzealous with the slashing and slash into his block without meaning to, it should be pretty simple. Now then, the second phase. This phase is, I don't know, probably even easier. Remember I said during the Horde section, you should learn how to parry with your shield. And this is exactly what I meant by it, because everything he does here can be parried, and most things he does, when parried, will leave him completely open. He'll send these things at you. If you have the Lane shield, you don't even need to block them. Really simple. He'll send evil Skyward Strikes at you, and then he'll just attack you with his sword. And whenever he's attacking you directly with the sword, you can parry it, and he'll be left open, and then you stab him straight in the chest. You can't slash, you gotta stab. And a lot of people have trouble stabbing. You may want to practice, but it's forgiving enough. Now then, third and final phase, he summons a big-ass sword. And this is probably the only part I would consider legitimately difficult. You need to slash the same side of the sword over and over as he rotates it in different ways to block. And that will expose the core and allow you to break it.